I bet you when you woke up this morning that you weren't thinking to yourselves, "What about trauma centers? Are they important? What about them?" Well, let me tell you something. Trauma centers are one of the most important things because before the age of 45, trauma is the leading cause of death. And trauma centers are where people go once they get a trauma accident to help them get their lives saved, okay? So what needs to be improved? First, that thing that needs to be improved is response times. And to start with response times, it comes with ambulances. Ambulances and the time it takes them to get there needs to be improved because with trauma, time is everything. So what needs to be done with the ambulances? In a key research done, it's called the closest ambulance rule. And the closest ambulance rule states whatever ambulance is basically just closest to the person takes the accident. It doesn't matter where you're sanctioned for. Um, where like it's the person that needs the most help that moment. That's who gets the ambulance being done. And that way it states that it will save more lives. Well, after the ambulance gets there, who takes care of them? That's where the first responders come in. Upgraded first responders training and equipment needs to happen because without that the first responders cannot be effective. I did an interview with Misty Jenkins, who is the head of the trauma department at John City Medical Center, and she states, "Yes, everything seems to be lackluster right now. The trauma centers, the trauma centers and the first responders need to be upgraded." Basically stating that they need better training, better equipment, because if they have all this, they can better do their job, and better do their job means save people's lives, and that could be your loved one. Next thing that needs to be done is changing the level of trauma centers. Right now, we have only one level one center, and it's in John City. Without more level ones, less lives are getting saved because level one's your surgery center. There's somebody there on call or a surgeon there on call or there all the time, taking care of your loved ones. If we had a few more level two hospitals situated better around the Tri Cities, and a couple more level ones, more lives will be more effectively saved, according to Ballad Health, the Ballad Health article. Um, Also, what happens? What happens if they get to the hospital and it's not a level one? Well, their quality of life after the incident just suffers completely. So my next finding was and improving hospitals to level ones helps the trauma incident after because it states in the first 60 minutes of getting somewhere makes or breaks when it comes to quality of life after the incident. And then with more level ones, then you can get there quicker anywhere within the Tri Cities. Now, let me ask you, do you or your loved one ever suffer for a trauma incident? Because if they haven't, they will.